And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. The Champions League is here. So we are bringing the prediction series to the Champions League. We've had a lot of fun over the course of the last year doing Premier League predictions, Nations League predictions, Women's Euros. So I figured, why not? Let's do it for the Champions League as well. Gives us an opportunity to post some more daily videos. So we're going to be doing this every single day. There is a Champions League match day. So one video today and one video tomorrow. We're not going to be doing the Europa League and Europa Conference League because that would just be far too many games. So you can make your jokes in the comments about where Man United are and this, that and the other. But we'll see you in the next round when you don't qualify from your group. So without any further ado, for those of you who are new around here, we'll do a quick rundown of the format and then we will make our predictions for tonight's games. If you do enjoy the content we produce on this channel, please let me know by liking the video, sharing it with a friend, subscribing to the channel and ringing the bell so you don't miss any of the UCL content over the course of the coming weeks. Let's get quickly into that series format. So, if you were going to do your prediction for the Bayern Munich-Barcelona game, which is a game that will be happening twice in this group, and you want it to be funny and predict another 8-2 win for Bayern Munich like it was a couple of years ago, that means that if it is a Barcelona win or a draw, you will score yourself 0 points. If, however, it was a Bayern Munich win of any other description other than an 8-2 win, that means you will score yourself 1 point. But if the unthinkable should happen and it is 8-2 once again, that will score you a total of 3 points. It is that simple. That is how we operate this series. I will be playing, of course, every single game. You can play along in the comments yourselves. I'll be putting in the description of each video all of the games for the upcoming match day, allowing you to copy and paste them down and let me know what is going on. Let's get into my match day 1 predictions. So here we go then. The Champions League returns tonight and we start off with groups E, F, G and H because UEFA don't want to start with Group A. I understand why. They like to finish with groups A, B, C and D, but for me you should always start with Group A. Anyway, I could talk all day about the things that are wrong with the UEFA Champions League draws. We start of course with Group E and Dynamo versus Chelsea. Realistically, this is a game that should only go one way, although Chelsea have been a bit inconsistent to the start of this season. I do expect them to have far too much quality, though, for Dynamo tonight. I'm going to go for a 3-0 win to Chelsea on that one. In the other game in the group, we see RB Salzburg coming up against AC Milan. AC Milan off the back of their fantastic win in the Milan derby against Inter, a very, very entertaining 3-2. Which I got to watch some of last time out. They look very good offensively, but a little bit dodgy defensively, and Salzburg always tend to have a couple of hidden gems to cause some problems. So I am going to go for an AC Milan win, but I'm going to give RB Salzburg a goal as well. But I'm going to go for 4-1 AC Milan. I think they'll just be far, far too much for Salzburg in that one there. On to Group F, and we see Celtic coming up against Real Madrid, and I think a lot of Celtic fans are going to be very pumped up for this one. I think there's going to be an absolutely unbelievable atmosphere in Celtic Park. They obviously just beat Rangers 4-0 at the weekend. And Real Madrid haven't really had the best start to the season. They've been playing well, but not really getting like the big results you'd expect from Real Madrid. So, given all of that, I'm going to go for 2-0 to Real. I don't see Celtic being able to hurt Real Madrid. They've got so much quality in defence and just all over the pitch in general. I think 2-0 is generous to Celtic, but we shall see. I don't particularly wish them that much luck because I don't care for Scottish football. But for me, Real Madrid take that one 2-0. The other game in that group will see a very emotional game as RB Leipzig take on the Ukrainian side Shakhtar Donetsk, the first real sort of Champions League game involving a Ukrainian club since the Russian invasion. And yeah, it'll be a very weird game of football to watch. Shakhtar, of course, are a bit depleted as well since a lot of their players, certainly their foreign players, where normally the majority of their talent comes from, have moved on for obvious reasons. So they are going to be a weakened team coming up against a Leipzig side that you would expect to win this game pretty comfortably. I'm going to go for 3-0 to RB Leipzig and just sort of leave that one there. On to Group G, and we start with Borussia Dortmund up against Copenhagen. Borussia Dortmund, another team that have had a very inconsistent start. Obviously, they lost Haaland, then very sadly lost Haller to illness. Manuel Akanji has now also left for Man City, so their team is a little bit in disarray. You would still expect them to beat Copenhagen, but the way they've started this season, I'm not going to make it too easy for them. I'm going to go for 3-1 to Borussia Dortmund and just sort of say it wouldn't surprise me to see Copenhagen do a little bit better than the 3-1, but that is what I'm going to go for. The other game in that group sees Sevilla come up against Manchester City. And again, Sevilla are another team that really have suffered from transfer exits, especially the loss of their two centre-backs in Jules Koundé and Diego Carlos. The last couple of games, they have essentially been playing holding midfielders at centre-back. And when you really think about it like that and the way that City have started the season, Erling Haaland and all that lot, I realistically can only see this being a Manchester City win. I'm going to go for 4-1. I still don't trust City to keep clean sheets. You saw that against Aston Villa at the weekend. They still look very vulnerable defensively. But if they play the way they've played for the majority of this season so far, I think they still blow Sevilla away, even in this away game. Finally then, we have Group H, and it is starting with Benfica against Maccabi Haifa. The team that you would kind of expect to be the whipping boys of this group against a very good team from the Portuguese league and PSG and Juventus. I'm going to go for 3-1 to Benfica. The likes of these Maccabi Haifa teams, they do tend to pull up some trees occasionally, but for the first game, I'm going to give Benfica the 3-1 win. And finally, we have probably the marquee game of the evening. You'd argue Sevilla Man City is up there, but these are the two European giants playing tonight. It is PSG up against Juventus, and thankfully it's in Group H, so it means we get to talk about it last. But I'm not really sure on this one. PSG have made a very inconsistent start. Juventus have made a better start compared to last season, so I definitely think this is going to be a very close game. I am just going to edge it in PSG's favour. I think they have a little bit more quality on the pitch than Juventus do, and of course they are the home team as well. So I'm going to go for 2-1 to PSG on this one. Like I said, I will be putting in the description all of these fixtures, allowing you to quickly copy and paste them down so you can let me know what you think is going to happen in tonight's game. And all that is left to say from me is thank you very much for watching, thank you very much for playing along, and I will see you tomorrow morning for Match Day 2.